In this video, you'll watch
Why you keep following me?
a camper's worst nightmare, chilling encounters with mythical beasts, bizarre forest anomalies. And that's just the beginning. Today's video is all about terrifying encounters, where those who filmed them vanished without a trace. Let's begin.
¿Cómo le hacen, güey? No quiere que la saquemos de ahí, güey. La tienen.
Ven pra cá, velho, a cara dele. A minha câmera do peito aqui pegou, cara. Pra ela não tirar a thumb, mano. Vamos sair daqui. Só que tá gente aqui.
A group of friends wandering through the woods at night stumbled upon something that chilled them to the bone. Movement in the bushes caught their attention, and as they crept closer, they saw it. A towering figure with black fur and a face eerily resembling a dog, but distorted and unnatural. The creature's glowing eyes fixed on them, freezing them in place. The eerie resemblance to the dogman of folklore was undeniable, and the friends knew they were treading dangerous ground. Choosing caution over curiosity, they slowly backed away and left the area. That night, they learned the truth of the old tales. Some creatures are better left undisturbed. Skinny creeper on roof. A group of friends was hanging out one quiet night when strange noises started coming from an old abandoned house. At first, they thought it was just the wind, but soon the sounds grew louder, like something was moving up there. A mix of curiosity and nervousness pushed them to check it out. Flashlights flickering, they made their way toward the house. When they looked up at the roof, their jaws dropped. A creature was jumping from one roof to another. Its glowing eyes lit up the night like headlights. It moved so fast, almost like it was flying. Beast strike. An animal expert studying wildlife in the woods stumbled upon a truly unexpected being. As caught on his camera, a massive, mythical beast suddenly appeared right in front of him. For a moment, he froze, unsure of what to do. The creature, looking both fierce and wild, charged at him with surprising speed. Terrified, the expert managed to escape, but not before the beast knocked the camera from his hands. The footage ended abruptly as the camera broke, but the brief glimpse of the creature left undeniable proof of its existence. Sewer monster. In Dubai's sewer system, CCTV footage captured something truly bizarre. A strange figure with an odd body shape was seen lurking behind a wall. Its glowing eyes were fixed directly on the camera, giving off an unsettling vibe. For a brief moment, the figure appeared to be watching cautiously, as if aware of the camera's presence. Then, in an instant, it vanished, disappearing into the shadows without a trace. Those who saw the footage were left stunned and uneasy, unable to explain what they had witnessed. Was it a trick of the light, an unknown creature, or something supernatural? Spying alien.
That weird alien noise again. The noise they make when they dive, but I don't think that's right because...
A camper spending the night in the woods heard strange noises echoing around him. Whistles and voices filled the air. Instead of hiding, he bravely turned on his camera to record everything. While explaining the mysterious sounds, something eerie happened. A pale white face appeared just behind him. Completely unaware, he kept talking as the ghostly face hovered for a moment before disappearing.
Someone said it's a noise they make when they dive because I literally could hear it swooping across.
Could the noises have been made by this ghost? Luckily, it didn't show up again, but the camper unknowingly captured solid evidence of its presence, leaving viewers both fascinated and spooked. Witch on road. One night, a man was driving on a quiet, empty road in Saudi Arabia when his headlights revealed something chilling. A ghostly figure. It looked like a woman, dressed in a flowing white gown with long dark hair. She was slowly walking toward his car. Terrified, the man quickly reversed his car, trying to put distance between them, but the figure kept moving closer, step by step. as if it was following him. His heart pounded as he frantically tried to escape. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the figure vanished into the darkness without a trace. I wonder how many nights he had a nightmare about this. Nightmarish encounter. Camping is fun, until it takes a terrifying turn. One camper, settling in for the night, spotted something just outside his tent. At first he thought it might be a wolf, but this creature was far more frightening. Its shape was clear even in the darkness, a dogman. This legendary being, described as having the body of a man and the head of a canine, is often seen in remote wilderness areas. Known for their creepy presence and hostility, they're not creatures you want to encounter. Hopefully, the camper stayed safe after this spine-chilling experience. Ghost Lady. Moving on, we have this clip from Pakistan, where, near a small building in a field, a strange sight appeared. It was a ghost covered in a flowing red cloak, and it was walking across the roof. Its long hair swayed gently as it moved, almost like it was strolling casually. The figure didn't seem rushed, moving calmly along the roof as if it belonged there. Those who witnessed it were frozen in fear. The ghost's presence was really eerie and unnatural. No way this was a human. Forest Phantom.
Footage that, quite frankly, has me a little spooked. I don't understand what I saw and I can't explain it. If you have seen anything like it, feel free to let me know what you think it is in the comments. Yeah, it has me pretty spooked.
While camping deep in the woods, a camper heard strange voices echoing through the trees. Thankfully, he had set up a trail camera to capture any unusual activity. When he checked the footage later, he saw a partially transparent being moving around the camp, its two bright eyes glowing in the darkness. It even stepped into the frame, lingering for a moment before the video abruptly ended. The camper couldn't help but wonder if it had been watching him the whole time. The eerie encounter left him questioning what else might be lurking in the shadows. Possessed Girl.
أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق.
In a quiet village in India, a young girl started behaving strangely, which no one could explain. Her face looked oddly distorted, and her actions were unusual and scary. People began to believe that she might be possessed by a demon. Locals described her movements as unnatural and disturbing, leaving many of them terrified. Some thought it was a supernatural event, while others tried to find logical reasons for her behavior. The entire village became tense, with spiritual leaders stepping in to offer prayers and guidance.
أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق.
Camper's Witch.
Más güey. Ah, no mames, ve, güey.
While exploring the woods, a group of friends stumbled upon something that instantly terrified them. Lying on the ground was a figure covered in white, with black hair that seemed to blend into the surroundings. It looked just like a witch from the stories they had heard.
¿Cómo le hacen, güey? No quiere que la saquemos de ahí, güey. La tienen.
The group stood frozen, not wanting to disturb the resting figure, or should they call it a witch? Its eerie features and stillness were unnerving. Nervously, they approached, but nothing happened.
Más, güey. Mira, güey. Ah, no mames, ve, güey.
The figure remained unaware of their presence. Still, the friends decided to leave quickly, knowing that if it woke up, things could take a much darker turn. Indonesian Creeper.
Mereka seperti mengikuti di belakang gua, teman-teman.
A man ventured into a forest in Indonesia, curious about local claims of humanoid figures being spotted there. To document his exploration, he began a live stream and walked cautiously, flashlight in hand, through the dense trees. After some time, he came across strange humanoid figures on the ground. Their appearances were unsettling, and they emitted creepy and unnatural sounds.
Astaghfirullah!
Suddenly, one of the figures started moving toward him. Now that is really spooky.
Astaghfirullah! Ah! Anjing!
skinny creeper.
What do you want from me? Why you keep following me?
A local who often wandered through the forest would hear strange voices in the distance. One night, curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to follow the sounds.
Why you keep following me?
As he ventured deeper, he came across a human-like figure standing eerily still. It resembled a witch, its body bending unnaturally, and it made unsettling noises as it slowly moved toward him. Overwhelmed by fear, he turned and ran, regretting his decision to follow the voices.
Why you keep following me?
After that night, he was never seen again, leaving everyone to wonder what happened to him in the dark, cursed woods. Creepy gaze. Back in 2021, along the border of California, a wild ape was seen acting in a very strange way. This was the start of the pandemic when everything was closed. Its face looked twisted, like something was controlling it. Locals who saw the ape felt uncomfortable and nervous, thinking it had a dark or evil presence. It didn't behave like a normal ape. Instead of moving naturally, it acted in a way that felt out of the ordinary, almost as if it was being influenced by something else. Glowing gaze. You might think the forest is empty at night, but you'd be wrong. A local passing through the woods felt like someone was watching him, but when he looked around, he saw nothing. As he continued walking, something strange happened. Two glowing eyes appeared in the bushes, staring right at him. It wasn't a normal sight. The eyes seemed to have a plan, and it didn't seem good. The local quickly realized he wasn't alone, and that whatever was watching him had its own intentions. The encounter left him shaken, a reminder that the woods hold secrets, best left undisturbed. Crouched lady.
واحكي لي شو بتعرفي.
In this video, a man was walking through a barren area when he heard strange noises coming from the darkness. He decided to investigate. As he shined his flashlight around, he froze. Standing in front of him was a creature bent in an unnatural way with long hair. It looked like a woman, but something about her seemed wrong. Her movements were strange, like she was possessed. He watched in shock as she slowly started to move toward him, and this was enough for him to skedaddle. Pale stalker. A man was walking through a quiet parking lot late at night when he suddenly heard the faint voice of a little girl. As he got closer, he noticed something strange, a pale figure peeking out from behind one of the trees. The figure didn't move, just stared at him with a chilling, intense gaze. Before the man could react, the creature suddenly stepped out from behind the tree and advanced toward him. It was walking on two legs, like a human, but it was nothing like one. Hiding terror. While live streaming in the forest, a man was casually chatting with his viewers when something terrifying appeared before him. From the bushes, a strange figure emerged, its elongated body and creepy face clearly visible on the footage. The man froze in fear, but before he could react, the figure swiftly took to the air and vanished without a trace. Stunned and overwhelmed, the man screamed, his voice filled with terror. As the stream ended, viewers were left wondering what exactly had happened in that remote forest. The encounter remains a chilling mystery, leaving everyone to question what lurks in the shadows. Terrifying shapeshifter. In a quiet desert, people were shocked to see a strange, white, feathery creature. It was huge, unlike any animal ever known, and it seemed to glide quickly across the sand. Its unusual appearance made some think it could be from another world, maybe even an alien. The creature's silent movements and strange look gave the scene an eerie feeling. Personally, I think it could have been a rare bird or an undiscovered species, but who knows? What do you think it was? Zombie beast. While checking his fields late one evening, a farmer noticed a strange sight out of the corner of his eye. A creepy figure stood just beside him, covered in white, with a black face and glowing eyes that seemed to pierce through him. It was motionless, just staring. Terrified, the farmer began reciting holy words, hoping they would protect him from whatever this thing was. But the figure didn't move or respond. What was it? And where did it come from? The encounter remains unexplained, leaving the farmer and anyone who hears the story wondering about the mysteries of the night. Distressed mermaid. A group of men in India discovered something unbelievable near the rocky shoreline. On a sharp rock, there was a creature that looked like a mix of a human and a fish, a mermaid. Her upper body had human features, while her tail sparkled like fish scales. She was struggling to escape, twisting and turning, trying to get back into the water. The mermaid had gray hair, and it was clear she was afraid. She was trying her best to get away from the men, but they were moving closer, not letting her escape. The creature's fear was obvious as she moved around, trying desperately to free herself. Witch on tree.
Rake, mereka tinggal itu Rake. Itu asli anjing goblok.
A group of men hanging out in the woods one evening noticed a strange sight in the distance. Sitting on a tree branch was a figure with long, flowing hair, swaying in the wind.
Anjing goblok, asli anjing goblok.
As they looked closer, they realized it was no ordinary person. It was a kuntilanak, a supernatural being from folklore. The creature calmly played with her hair and swung her legs, her pale face hidden behind the strands. Fear and curiosity gripped the men as they kept their distance, not daring to get any closer.
Di luar goblok itu di luar kenal itu. Lampu eta dan tangkalan.
They quietly recorded the eerie sight, unsure of how to react. The encounter serves as a chilling reminder of why it's better to stay away from the woods at night. Crawling alien. Next up, a man set up a camera deep in the woods, hoping to capture some interesting footage of wildlife. He left the camera running and went back later to review what he had recorded. As he watched the video, something unusual caught his attention. Far off in the distance, he saw a creature crawling on the ground. It had long, thin limbs and moved in an unnatural way, almost as if it didn't belong here. The creature seemed to be sneaking around, its movements quick and silent, like it was hunting something. Its strange appearance gave off a creepy, otherworldly feeling. Forest anomaly. In the Brazilian woods, a local was walking when he noticed a strange being standing beneath a tree. At first, he thought it was just another person, but as he got closer, he saw something unsettling. The figure was unnaturally skinny, with a strange color that made it look far from human. It was a cryptid, an elusive humanoid creature whispered about in local folklore, but never proven to exist. The sight was terrifying, and he quickly took a photo, capturing what many might call proof of a being thought only to exist in stories. Whether it was real or not, the encounter left him and anyone who sees the photo questioning the mysteries of the forest. Shape-shifting fox. One night in Nepal, a strange humanoid creature was caught on footage. It was walking on all fours and had a human-like head, which made it look even more bizarre. Suddenly, the creature morphed into a dog right before the camera. But this wasn't just any dog. The creature's fur was a creepy pinkish red, as though it had just been in a fight. The transformation was quick and unsettling, leaving viewers in shock. Did you catch that? A humanoid turning into a dog in just seconds? What do you think happened here? Was it a shapeshifter or something else? Let us know your thoughts. Brazilian mystery. In 2016, a group of friends wandering through the woods of Brazil on a moonlit night stumbled upon something that at first seemed like a hoax. As they approached, they saw a pale figure creeping in the water. Its glowing eyes pierced the darkness. and the friends soon realized it was no illusion. The creature resembled the terrifying Rake, a creature from urban legends. The friends froze, watching as it slowly moved, seemingly aware of their presence. Luckily, it didn't pursue them. Fire lover. Two young girls on a camping trip spotted something strange hiding behind the trees. Curious, they went to investigate and came face to face with a creature that seemed to be spying on them in a creepy way. They used their flashlight to get a better look, but the alien-like creature appeared more interested in something else. Frightened, the group tried to fend it off, but the creature quickly retreated and disappeared behind the tree line. The encounter left the adventurers baffled and shaken, wondering what they had just witnessed in the depths of the forest. Dark beast. Did you know Dogman is very real? And it might be living among us. A man had a terrifying experience when he filmed what appeared to be a dogman in a dark, wooded area. The creature was standing among tall grass, and it stood out in the shadows. Its glowing eyes were very visible as well. The man tried to stay calm, but he was visibly shaken as he watched the creature move between the trees. Now that is not a typical encounter. Some Redditors believe it was a person in a costume, but I doubt it. Sasquatch encounter. This camping trip took a terrifying turn when a group of teenagers stopped by a stream to freshen up. Suddenly, they heard a growl from behind the trees. A large creature emerged, and the teens, too frightened to stay, started running. As they fled, the creature ran past them and was caught on camera disappearing into the dense forest. It looked suspiciously like a Sasquatch, with unusually long arms and huge hands. Or perhaps it was something even more elusive and dangerous. The encounter left them questioning what lurks in the wilderness. Grim Reaper.
Assalamu alaikum.
One night, a man was alone in a dark room holding a flashlight. The room was completely silent, except for his breathing. As he looked around, he noticed a figure, which was barely visible, just standing there. The figure didn't move at all, making the man feel uneasy. After what seemed like forever, the figure slowly stepped into the light.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
It was covered in a dark cloak, and its face was hidden. I cannot comprehend what the person must have felt at this point. I don't know what that thing is, do you? Tiny cryptid.
Are you taking a video? Yeah. That's awesome.
During a hiking trip, one of the friends started recording their adventure, unaware that something was standing right in front of them. On the side of the trail, a short, dark creature stood motionless, its bizarrely deformed shape barely noticeable. Shockingly, none of the hikers saw it at the time. Some believe it was a cryptid, camouflaging itself with the environment to remain hidden. The footage serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the unknown is closer than we think, blending seamlessly into the world around us. Zombie dog. We all love our pets, especially dogs. But what if your dog became possessed? Well, something similar happened in this eerie footage. A man exploring an abandoned building came across a dog acting strangely. At first, it appeared normal, but soon things took a dark turn. The dog stretched its neck unnaturally long, almost like a giraffe. Then, with its head raised high, the dog suddenly let its neck fall and froze completely. The man tried to get the dog to move and even touched it, but it didn't respond. It was as if some dark force had taken control, leaving the dog stuck in place. Skinwalker.
Go! No! Run! Run!
While lighting fireworks, they heard peculiar sounds coming from the forest. Curious, they went to investigate and spotted something terrifying, a pale creature heading their way. They didn't have time to react and ran back to their campsite, but the unknown entity followed them.
What the hell? What the hell?
It reappeared right in front of the person recording, its unusual movements sending chills down their spines. The video ended with the group still on the run, leaving viewers to wonder what they had encountered in the woods. Graveyard ghost. In a quiet cemetery, something strange happened. A ghostly figure appeared out of nowhere, surprising everyone who saw it. The figure moved between the gravestones, almost disappearing into the fog. It looked like a spirit from the past, drifting slowly through the area. It looks pretty real to me because the thing was actually seen in a cemetery, which is supposed to be the home of ghosts. But it's hard to believe this was all captured on camera. The scene was unsettling, and the mystery of the ghostly figure lingered long after it disappeared. Rake attack. Go! What began as a peaceful camping trip turned into a horrifying ordeal. Under the cover of night, a pale, grotesque creature emerged, slithering toward the unsuspecting campers. Panic erupted as they scrambled to escape its eerie, otherworldly presence.
Go! Please! Go! Go! Go away!
One camper's shaky cries echoed through the dark, while another, paralyzed with fear, struggled to flee. Forest cult. Deep in a quiet forest, a group of people dressed in strange capes was seen gathered around a fire. They appeared to be performing some sort of ritual, their movements slow and deliberate. The flickering flames cast long, eerie shadows as they chanted in low voices, creating an unsettling atmosphere. To some, it looked like a dark or even satanic ceremony. The group's odd behavior made it hard to understand what was happening, but the scene gave off a chilling vibe. If I had been there, I wouldn't have stayed to watch. I'd have quietly left the area. It's not worth sticking around when something feels this unsettling. Pale humanoid.
No mames. No mames.
Exploring abandoned buildings often comes with an eerie sense of unease, but nothing could prepare this filmer for what they found. While scanning a decayed room with their camera, they turned a corner and froze. Sitting in the shadows was a pale humanoid creature, its elongated limbs resembling something from nightmares. The being, disturbingly similar to the fabled Rake, locked eyes with the camera before charging with inhuman speed. The filmer bolted, the camera shaking as they ran for their life. The footage captured every heart-stopping second, leaving viewers stunned. Lost soul. A haunting video captured a mourner kneeling by a grave in a quiet cemetery in York, Maine. As the person bowed their head, lost in grief, something truly chilling happened. A faint, ghostly figure appeared near them. The eerie figure seemed to reach out, almost as if trying to comfort the mourner. Its translucent form was barely visible in the dim light, but its movements were unsettling. Strangely, the mourner appeared completely unaware of the ghostly presence just inches away. Viewers were left stunned and full of questions about the eerie sight. Later, it was revealed that the grave belongs to Mary, a white witch buried in 1776. According to local legend, her spirit still roams the cemetery, adding a chilling twist to the footage. Slender Man mystery. Two friends decided to investigate the rumors about Slender Man for themselves. They parked their car at the edge of a dense forest and launched a drone to capture footage. As the drone flew deeper into the woods, they nervously waited, not sure of what they might find. Then, something unsettling appeared on the screen. A tall, thin figure wearing a suit with a blank, white face was visible among the trees. That is definitely the Slender Man. The figure was eerily watching the drone, moving with it as if it were aware of its presence. They had hoped to prove the stories wrong, but now they have undeniable proof that something truly strange was lurking in the woods. Reptilian beast. The Amazon is full of mysteries, but this one might top them all. A blurry video shows what looks like a reptilian humanoid stalking through the jungle. Its scaly skin glints under the sunlight, and its large, reflective eyes hint at something not of this world. The cameraman kept a safe distance, capturing every eerie detail before the creature slipped deeper into the trees. Some believe it's evidence of the shape-shifting reptilians said to live among us. This encounter, far from prying eyes, could be the closest look we've ever had. It's time for today's open discussion. A night camera recorded a strange video showing several white figures moving along the right side of a fence. These figures appeared to be running quickly, which caught attention. However, What happened next was even more unsettling. Some of the figures suddenly leaped over the fence, jumping from one side to the other. When they hit the ground, instead of continuing to move, they froze completely. They looked lifeless, almost as though they had deflated or lost all their shape. Could these figures be the reason behind his disappearance? Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.